Hello, my name is swissbianco. In this video we will have a bit of look at unusual items. Each year for the blade show we make a bit like a showstopper kind of thing. We have the big Victorinox moving knife on one side, and the other side we have a bit unusual items, I call them, so that the people, as they look at our booth, they not only see just plain looking, maybe for unskilled eyes, Swiss Army knives, Swiss multi-tools, how you want to call it, but there is also something that looks a bit weird or eccentric or different, as I say, as a showstopper. So this year we had a bit the items in front here. Not all of them are here, some got actually sold as well, and you never know what you're gonna bring to the blade show and what sells, so sometimes it's a bit surprising, but anyway, it is how it is. The people get happy, and of course we got questions since those items were shown on the blade show booth video as well, what exactly that is. So how did that start? So on one side I saw such items online, World War II SOE dagger improvised weapons. They had it on the German side of course too, and Italian and Spanish, and basically it was, or it is still today, if you need a weapon and you can't buy it, you need to improvise it. So you need to look what you have for material. Usually it can be a wood, it can be paracord, it can be a regular cordage, it can be polymer pipe, or maybe a leather, maybe a kydex. Whatever you have, you darken the things by using a flame torch or over a campfire. Of course you need glue. Glue is really important, that you can put the things on and in and all that. You can also use bamboo here as an example. Now for me personally, I don't like to work with bamboo, but I did try it out. After all, we want to learn about it, and it's part of the knife making as well, to learn how different things work and all that. So that was one side. The other side, say the cane daggers like this design here. I saw such item by Fred Perrin, a French knife maker that I know for over 20 years for sure. He basically comes still from France to the blade show, as I came back then from Switzerland, prior my green card and so on. So unfortunately this year he wasn't there, so he couldn't see all of my interpretations of the theme. So but he had often similar items on the table, and I always wondered, as we grow up we think about quality. I'm a blacksmith, I think about forging and all that, and we have grinders and machines and this and that. But if you are in a situation where you don't have that, maybe even you have not that much skill set for work with metal or with different materials, so what you can do to actually make a tool, and this about the background from back then, World War II and later, maybe even World War I, and also about the background from right now. The world is going crazy, and many items are banned, many people are poor, and what they gonna do as they feel the need to have something like this. So a while ago I already made a video in German about the pocket stick, and we had 3 pieces, 2 got actually sold. I would never have think about that, but yeah, they got sold. So the pocket stick design basically is from Asia. It's as they can't have any weapons and they can't carry a knife and all that, so they have basically a kubotan style, but just made out of wood. This is a fancy one with a cordage. You can make it thinner. Basically you have the length of the handle, top is flat and the other has a bit of point, not too pointy because it should be able to carry in the pants pocket without poking holes in the and destroy the pocket and all that. So it shouldn't be that pointy or sharp, but you know, enough that you can use that like a kubotan. Kubotan, by the way, banned in Switzerland and quite likely other places as well. It is how it is. Best just emigrate and leave the place. So yeah, so on that side, the other side, where are we gonna start? Let's start with the cane dagger. Just take that out. So we have here a flat piece of metal. We see in this case it's dagger shaped, and it's simply bended in a cane shape and then wrapped with a cordage. The metal I always cold blue and then put black paint on it. I find it essential that the metal needs to be darkened and all that, not that it is shiny, etc. And the steel is just regular carbon steel, so it's not heat treated, it's not anything fancy at all. It's basically a material that you could find somewhere on a scrapyard or leftovers or whatever, and you have the basic skill set. You have a bit say a vise where you can actually clamp it and then bend it a bit with a hammer. You have maybe an angle grinder or something that you can put an edge on it in a shape or manner that you think fits. And of course you need to think first what you're gonna make, the shape, the size of it. This one is a longer version. I had a smaller version that got sold, so that's about that. And then the knife or dagger or stabbing instrument or whatever you're gonna call it is one thing, but it also needs a way that is easy and safe to be carried. So I use PVC pipe because that is common. Here we can flatten it out, have a hole, so you have a second leashing point if you want to mount it, say, on a strap or something. Here we simply have a paracord loop, so you carry that inside the pants. This goes outside the pants and then the belt goes through the loop. That's the idea about this simple setup. And because the whole item is rather light, slimline, and yeah, lightweight and all that, it's easy to carry. And about using it, I don't have to tell too much. You should know that, and if not, there is other sources that you can learn about that. So that about the cane style. Then of course what is more common would be a style with a wooden handle, a simple hardwood with a relative large wrap. The sheet is the same size, same style, and the blade here is in a similar way also as a dagger. So you have a good full-size handle to use. So first I did think I want to wrap the handle pretty much the whole length, and to have a good grip. The question is it needed or not? And for me, I did then try out the just wrapped in the middle, like we have it here. And that for me is way easier and better, because you have the thick part in the middle of the handle of the hand. If you hold it that way, if you hold it the regular way, that is better. Plus you need less cordage as well. This is just a garden cordage. And on this one here, it's just a pointy metal. So there is no edge on this one. It's not a dagger, it's just a pointy item. How they would have do it back then. Again, sheath is really important. By this one, it's a similar design, just with bamboo. Now bamboo, I don't like to work with it. If you don't have anything else, then that's the way to go. But yeah, it's relatively uneasy because it's hollow. You need to fill it up. You have the lighter color. Maybe you are somewhere by a desert, by more coyote brownish environment, then that would work. But for me, not so much. Then this one has a bit a more ergonomical shaped handle, a simple hardwood, and then you whittle down whatever is in the way. And here we have the same pointy version of not a dagger blade style item. Just going over quick a bit the different variation. Here again we had that part in the wood, so I use that as a bit as a guard as well. If you have a wood like that, a hardwood, that is all good as well. This one is a bit longer, maybe you have bigger hands or gloves, so it's a bit more crooked, you see, ergonomic I should say, in all ways. So it's pretty nice in the hand too. And this one was the most knife making like one, with a flat piece, dagger style, and then added on scales with rivets. That would be already considered uneasy to make. I used up some leftover nails for the rivets and all that, but that is already on the complex side compared to the rest. Now what is not original, or in that regard online to be found from the SOE or other parts, is things like this. So with the first one, the cane dagger, you had the flat part going forward, so the edge was flat like this. So for me, I did not like that, so I have a bend here in this area, so we have actually a regular knife edge. In this case, not a dagger, just a regular edge with a bit false edge on top. I made the size of it to fit my hand, the minimum size. I wanted to have a bit of lanyard hole as well, and I welded on a guard just to have more force going inwards, so that we have not only a bit of cordage but also a guard, and backwards it's of course with the hook there, no problem. So this is my design. That's something that I did come up with and try out. It's also considered uneasy to make because you need to weld. That is, you need to make a slot in the metal and then weld it on. The bending of the metal is not that a problem if you have a vise and a hammer and a little bit of a skill set. That is easy. Then also those two here, it's basically the same. I made this is the bigger version. I made a smaller version as well. That is also my design. So for my chest rigs, I wanted a get off me knife or instrument, and that is not used much as a cutting tool, but just one way. And what I came up with is this design here. Of course it needs sheets, that's gonna come. So basically, if you need it, you grab it here in the middle, get over, get it out, and then you start the fending. So that's why that unusual shape is like that. And the sheet gonna go to here, and maybe by the molle loop, the pulse webbing, it's gonna be like that. So we can have the round part in the middle, grab it, and then drag it out. So that is also not something, at least that I did not see online, on such items. So this is a quick overview, and I'm gonna make a second video, maybe going a bit in different variations and maybe showing a bit steps how in between, as the item is not finished and all that, so it gives you more ideas. This especially then in a German video, because the situation in Europe is going downhill really fast, and no matter how the situation is, if you have a little bit a skill set, a little bit equipment, you can make something like this relative easy and fast. So this is not only a historical thing, as I did say, but also a current or a modern thing, quite likely too. Again, thanks to Fred Perrin to display that over the years and finally kindle my interest in such items. And the learning curve as you make such things, and you just play with it, you make it and then you test it out. The learning curve is essential. Such things you cannot buy too easy, and what you can learn, how it works, how you better make this or you better make that, that is really something interesting. And everybody that is interested in knives, I can encourage to test out a bit cheaper designs, easier to make designs too. It doesn't need to be always Magna Cut or whatever the hype is right now, and the most expensive of the expensive, because our ancestors and quite likely current people need to get by with items like this as well. So that much about this matter.